Ooh. What's up, good people? It's time for another session of that verbal cardio. We back once again, man. It's another glorious day. It's Tuesday as I record. Wednesday when the episode drops, but it's a Tuesday in December, Christmas month, the holiday season. Depending on where you're at, it might be cold. Your nipples might be hard as you listen. I don't know. Right now, it's pretty warm out here. It's in the 70s, upper 70s. It's kind of hot. When I was at the gas station, the sun was on my neck. I was like, hey, man, it's December, bro. Stop rubbing my shoulders. I'm not a fan of hot Christmas season. I'm not. I want a little coat on, a little sweater, little scarf, some earmuffs perhaps, a little scully, beanie, if you will. But I want it to be cold to where if I ain't got gloves on, I'm good. Because my hands and my ears are the first things to go when it's cold. I could be outside with gloves on and a scully or a beanie or earmuffs with a short sleeve shirt on. That's how my body is set up. I could perfectly move around like that and be like, man, it's cold out here. As long as my hands and ears are good, let's do it, man. We in the ice age. But, since I've been out west for so long, I don't know if I'm built for the cold anymore. Even though I was raised in it, molded by it. We used to die at the bus stop, man. Walking to school, walking to the me and my mom would walk to the grocery store in the wintertime in Chicago, frozen solid. You ever carry groceries while freezing? Those little plastic bag handles just cutting off your circulation as is. Now you got frostbite, circulation cut off. Now you're just showing up, just done. Caveman, cavewoman coming back from the grocery store. I remember one time it was so cold, I was like, yo, I'm going to die. Like, this is it. I am not going to make this walk. It was ridiculously cold. And we had like blocks. And I was little then, like I was younger. So, the distance felt larger. The strides weren't as long. I wasn't 6'2" at the time. I was like, yo, this is how I'm going out. What happened to your son? He died on the walk from the grocery store. Froze to death. I thought this was it. This is it. This is how I'm going out. In elementary school, I was like, man, let me live life. Somebody, by the grace of God, just picked us up. Just gave us a ride. That felt like I dove into somebody's log cabin and I was outside in Wyoming in a blizzard. And I just dove into the log cabin and like, sit by the fire. And then they just had me by the fireplace. You thaw out. We get you some hot soup and a hot beverage. And I'm just sitting there. And I'm a mysterious stranger, except I'm young. So I'm no threat to you and your family. God bless that person that picked us up. Because they just did it on the strength of, y'all don't need to be out here in this. Never forget that day, man. I just knew this is my final day. I don't know how my mom felt. I don't know if in her mind she was like, yo, we gonna die. If my mom is listening, she be pulling up. She gonna be like, I remember that. So I don't know if she also felt the death coming. But man, I just knew this is it. So shout out to that person that picked us up. I don't even remember if it was a man or a woman. It was just angel wings in the car. It was angel wings driving the car. That's all I saw was feathers. And I was just like, praise God. Oh, Lord Jesus. It felt like that car had a fireplace in there, a bearskin rug, and soup. It was like I was sitting in a cauldron of just warmth and support and survival. So shout out to that person. It'd be crazy if you still listen. Like, wait a minute. That was me. I remember picking up a little light-skinned lady and a young man that thought he was going to die. I remember that. I was in Chicago. Was it King Drive? Was it on King Drive? I feel like we was on King Drive. But man, praise God. Praise God. What's up, Lana? Praise God. Anyway, we back. Verbal cardio. We in here. We got Leo on the ones and twos. Amir is in. He's still in Hawaii?
No, he's somewhere shooting something around here.
Okay. Yo, word is, they say you got a nice voice.
That's what I heard.
That's what they've been saying on the streets.
That's what they said.
They was like, yo, she got a nice voice back up in there.
I'm taking over your podcast.
Yeah, you do got a smooth radio voice. Like you can give us the weather, traffic updates.
It's hot outside.
That's it though. It's hot, y'all, just in case you didn't know. And then you can cue up a nice little record. Cue up a song for us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to put this record on. It's one of my favorites from back in the day. This is Stevie Wonder.
Oh.
Songs in the Key of Life.
Ooh.
Village Ghetto Land.
Ooh, okay. Little Stevie. Leonardo DiCaprio is a huge Stevie Wonder fan.
He is. I saw that clip.
Me too. I was like, oh, really? And then he was picking deep cuts.
He was.
I was like, deep cut Leo.
He said, heaven is 10 zillion light years away.
Yeah, that was his pick.
Great song.
That's the song he requested. I was like,
great.
He's on the case. Leo is on the case. And then Benicio picked a band I had never heard of called Can. And I was just like, I've never heard of them. But I like hearing actors talk about, the music that they enjoy. Because sometimes I'll dig in. Like Kirsten Dunst introduced me to Coldplay. Just in the interview that I was reading.
Wow.
And she was like, yeah, I like Coldplay. And this was like, I want to say this was probably 2002, 1. I was reading that interview. It might have been close to when Spider-Man came out or something like that. She was like, yeah, it's this group Coldplay. And I was like, Coldplay? Then I queued it up. And this is before they, blew up to the stratosphere. I was like, Coldplay. Okay. And now I'm a fan of Coldplay. So shout out to Kirsten Dunst, who I didn't know was married to Jesse Plemons. I knew that, but I forgot. Because they were in that movie together that I didn't really like. That the Academy Awards was just like.
The one about the war, the Civil War?
Yeah, it was, I was just like, Academy Awards. I know y'all not watching this, but listen up, man. I'm sick of y'all and your choices on best pictures and what you're nominating, okay? Because every year, it's always some bullshit in the best picture nomination category. And no disrespect to the movie, you know what I'm saying? I watched last year's best picture winner, Honora, last night. Got on my goddamn nerves. The whole movie was stress ball city. And I wasn't as compelled as I was with like Uncut Gems, which is another stressful movie. But at least, I don't know, the stakes felt higher in Uncut Gems. And it was just like, and then we get a little moment of relaxation. It was just like, and I like the lead. The lead in the Nora, she was acting her ass off. Performances were great. Because I believe everything just felt real. But I didn't give a damn. And then it was just so, if you haven't seen Honora, this is what it's about. All right. It's this girl, she's an exotic dancer, stripper, whatever you want to call them. She's working at this club. It's set in like New York and Brighton Beach area. So they got like a nice little Russian collective in that area. And so she's a dancer at one of these clubs. And then there's this young Russian boy in there. He in his 20s. She's in her 20s. She's dancing for him. And then, they exchange numbers or whatever. And then she comes to, provide extra services, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Get that extra money on the side for the extra services outside the club. No judgment. That's just what goes on. And so she goes to his house, big nice crib. And, they smash. And then he keeps asking her to come back. And then he just start hanging out more and more. And they smashing a lot. They smash. And then it's like, oh, this is more than business smash. This is actually, they just, you know what I'm saying? And the smash scenes, they always showing us the smash scenes. And he always going rapid fire. I know you're in your 20s, man. Slow down, man. Savor the pumps. He was rapid fire every time they got to it. And I was just like, yo, man, slow down. But he in his 20s. He young, he drinking, he smoking, he just doing wildlife. And there was one scene in the later on in the film, he's like, slow it down. I was like, thank you. Thank you, man. Tell him to slow down. You can't just go rapid fire on the coochie every time. Now the marinate, go slow sometimes. Anyway, so they end up hanging out for like a full week. They go out of town, they go to Vegas, they party, and they living it up, smashing. They keep showing the smash. And I was like, all right, man, we get it. They smashing, y'all. So what eventually starts happening, they get married, right? They get married. Now, this kid, he's the son of like this big Russian drug dealer family or whatever. So he establishes this in the beginning of the film. So once his family finds out that he got married, they not having it. All hell breaks loose. No, you got married. No, what is this? So it's people coming in there. No, who the hell you married? No, hell no. He always doing this. And then she's fighting back because she thinks this is real love or whatever. And she's like, yeah. And he just like, no, yeah, no. And so he runs off, leaves her alone with the handlers and the other guy that works for the family. And then, your parents are coming. We got to get this annulled. And she's like, no, this is my husband. This, that, and the third. The boy done ran off. So it's just her with these people. She has no idea who these people are. And, they just telling her, nah, man, this marriage is getting annulled. We getting that ring, none of that. And so she just fighting for her life on that front. And so the whole movie is pretty much about them like, yo, this marriage is a sham. And then when she finally reunites with him, he back at the strip club, getting a lap dance with another girl she had beef with the whole time. And he drunk, high on his mind. She's like, just talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me. Yeah. I'm just like, bro, this is the best picture of this was the best picture of 2024. This. A marriage, a sham marriage from some 20-some-year-olds, just annoying as fuck. The boy was ultra, mega annoying. He was high, drunk, nothing. And then he wasn't backing her up on it. Was just, and then she started interacting with one of the handlers, and that was the best picture of 2020. Let me look at the nominees.
I was just gonna ask, what do you think should have been?
All right, let me look at these nominees, man. 2025 Oscar nominees. Let me see who. Okay, A Complete Unknown, which I haven't seen. That's the movie about Bob Dylan. Timothy Chalamet plays Bob Dylan. Nickel Boys, I haven't seen that either. The Substance with Demi Moore, haven't seen that either.
Oh, you gotta see it.
Yeah, I haven't. Everybody say you gotta watch it though.
You should.
That's what everybody's been saying. Wicked, I did see Wicked. Wicked was a good time, and that's not even really my wheelhouse. But I was like, all right, I'm entertained. Emilia Perez, I saw that. It was better than Honora in terms of entertainment value. Conclave, I haven't seen. I'm Still Here, haven't seen. Dune Part 2, I did see. Hell of a lot better than Honora. Hell of a lot better. Visually, from a filmmaking standpoint, ensemble cast, visual effects, emotion. Like Dune, there was emotion there. I wasn't just annoyed the whole guy. I was in awe of the worms. I was invested in the relationship between Zendaya's character and Timothy Chalamet's character, and the end, and the fight at the end, and what's the guy's name? Butler. Austin Butler's performance in that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Dune 2, already off the top better. And then The Brutalist, which I did see, that was another film that was superior to it. Man, Oscars, man, y'all be fumbling the ball. You're fumbling the best picture ball, and I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. All right. Well acted film. Honora was well acted because I really believed everything that was going on. But it was just like, no. I also believe Dune. I believe they was really riding them goddamn worms in the desert. You know? I believe that the sand people really was out there with the blue eyes and the nose attachments for the breathing and the spices. And I believe that they was bald-headed and pale in the other cats. And the brutalists, I believe that, you know, Adrian Brody was out here stressed out. He took me on a journey and the architecture and the passion for the architecture and the grand scale of it all and just the stakes. So I don't know who's gonna be nominated this year. I feel like they're gonna drop the ball. I feel like they're gonna hate on Sinners. That's what I see coming, which is still my favorite picture of 2025. I really like Weapons a lot. I would like to see Weapons get nominated for Best Picture as well, but they probably not gonna do it because they be like, "Hey man, it's too much horror going on." You know, the Oscars be bougie. We don't want no horror in there. We don't want no comic book movies, man. Watch out. You get one and hush. So I feel like if they give Sinners the love, they're not gonna do Weapons. And I feel like those two films are some of the stronger films of the year that I've seen. I watched Jay Kelly with George Clooney and Adam Sandler the other day. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Adam Sandler's performance. Adam Sandler can act, man. I like him in dramatic pieces. And he was my favorite part of that film. George Clooney was George Clooney, man. He always delivers. You just like George Clooney, man. I liked him in every movie I've seen him in. He's just got this quality to him where it's like he's not even trying. But Adam Sandler, it was just like I felt for his character a little bit more. But I don't know if they're gonna nominate that movie. But all I got to say is this: let Sinners rock, man. Let Sinners cook for 2025. Just give it to, because I feel like this, and then I got to do an ad after this. I know the Oscars are a little different. They go for the arty more so than the grand scale audience love. They've been doing this for a long time, but sometimes the audience reaction and the artiness should come together and match up. And I feel like audiences have shown their love for Sinners because you don't gross what you gross at the box office without repeat viewings and word of mouth. And that's what Sinners had in spades over a lot of films this summer. If you look at the highest grossing movies this year domestically, it's either a sequel, animated, or like a big budget, star-driven piece. Like F1 did really well worldwide, but Sinners did better domestically. And Sinners is a very American story at the root of it. You got the vampires in there. You got the Irish vampire, of course, but it's still rooted in like American history. And so it did very well domestically. And I feel like this is a movie that nailed it on all fronts, artistically and audience-wise. Because even as good as One Battle After Another was, it didn't do well at the box office. Like people wasn't really pulling up like that. The budget was crazy. Budget was stupid. I was like, y'all not gonna make this money back for this type of film. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We doing it. A lot of people wasting money out here. And so One Battle After Another didn't have the same juice at the box office as Sinners did. People wasn't going back to see it multiple times. The word of mouth wasn't going crazy. A lot of people was like, I'll wait. All right, yeah, I'll check it out. But Sinners was must-see viewing. And I feel like Ryan Coogler gave the cinematic arts and the movie-going theater experience a shot in the arm, just like Christopher Nolan did with Oppenheimer. I feel like Ryan Coogler did something similar to where he was talking about the film-going experience. You need to see it on IMAX. We shot it on IMAX. It's built for the theater. And the way it's looking now, like, you know, the future of movie theaters is looking grim, especially with Netflix trying to buy Warner Brothers and stuff like that. The movie theater experience might be a thing of the past. So when you have a movie like Sinners where everybody was like compelled to go see it on the big screen, I feel like that's important. And that's a shot in the arm for the Oscars because, you know, a big part of being nominated for an Oscar, you have to show theatrically to even get the nomination. And so Sinners is very important. It's a very important film, and I feel like that's the best picture of 2025. That'll be for the 2026 Oscars. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'll talk about Sinners enough, man. Let me pay these bills real quick. So, this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Okay, it's holiday season, the best time of the year for sports. Bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes, it's all happening at once. And while you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there is one place where it feels good to be right. That's Prize Picks, man. Because I'm all about football and basketball. That's my wheelhouse. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching the NFL tough this season. My Bears are finally having a good go at it. You know, we still not out the woods. We got 10 wins, but that's no playoff guarantee. That's no playoff guarantee. But you know what I'm saying? One game at a time. That's all I'm gonna say. So it's simple to get started, man. This is your first time trying the app. Experiences so far. Listen, man. They make it easy for you. They make it real user friendly. User friendly, man. If you got a little bit of knowledge of the games, you can get in on it and make some real money. You can make some real money. You can be like, all right, man. Jamar Chase is gonna do this, or Caleb Williams is gonna do that in this game, and then you could really come up on some cash. And you don't have to be like a super ultra sports dork to really make some educated guesses. Steph Curry gonna score this, in this game. And Steph Curry been cooking lately. He been Chef Curry again. And so you'd be like, yo, Steph Curry gonna get 30 points in this game. And then you can pick another player, James Harden gonna do this, or Patrick Mahomes is gonna do this in that game. Then you can come up on some cash. It's easy, man. Even if you like passively in the sports, why not make some money? Why not come up? You know what I'm saying? Why not? So on Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. If you want flexibility, choose Flex Play, where you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. And if you want the biggest payouts, go for the Power Play. No matter your play, Prize Picks is a great way to put your takes to the test. I love how straightforward Prize Picks is. I don't have to spend a lot of time trying to calculate my payouts. Prize Picks makes it easy with their payout multipliers, whether it's just a simple 3 times or a big 2000x. Prize Picks makes it easy to understand how much I can win. Plus, Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. So get in on the action. Prize Picks is now available in 45 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. To pick more on Steph Curry's points, 3-pointers, and assists, now you can pick all of them in the same lineup only on Prize Picks. So download Prize Picks, download the app today and use the code VERBAL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code VERBAL to get $50 in lineup after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks is good to be right. Get in on that, man. Get in on that. I was so glad the Bears won this weekend, man. We beat the Cleveland Browns. Even though I'm a fan of Shedeur Sanders and I want him to do well and I want him to flourish, I want him to cook, I did not want him to cook against the Bears. It's selfish. Call me selfish. Hey, just one game. He can go back to cooking next week. He can go back to throwing 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. But against my team, I don't want you doing nothing. I want you getting sacked. I want you fumbling. I want you throwing interceptions. No disrespect. No disrespect. And the Bears won 31-3. I like those kind of games. Those are the kind of games I want from the Bears when I ain't got to stress about nothing. I was watching that game casually. I was casual McGee. I was like, whoo. Because the Bears been killing me, man. All these close games, man. My heart's racing. Strokes. Aneurysms. Heart attacks. They be having me in the wheelchair by the end of the game. I'm like, man, we pulled it off, y'all. And I'm so disoriented, I'm not even looking at the camera. I'm like, they pulled it off. The camera's over here. Oh, they pulled it off. I don't know what's going on. But shout out to the Bears. Ben Johnson is doing some great things as head coach. I like him. I like what Ben Johnson is doing. I just like his whole vibe. Because a lot of times we get these just blah coaches in Chicago, man. I like a coach with some personality, some seasoning on it. That's for basketball and football, man. I like a coach, like I like Tibbs when he was coaching for the Bulls, and he was rough, his voice was ashy. It looked like he just rolled out of bed, and he was like, defense, man, stay on the court. Stay on the court. I'm like, yes. And then Ben Johnson, he's cool on that sideline. He shows no emotion on the sideline. But in that locker room, he be fired up. He be like, yeah, let's go. And then he just be talking to him, then he get a game ball. I'm fired in. I'm in the locker room too, shirt off. Like, yeah, I'm out of shape. I'm not on the field. They never put me in. But I'm in that locker room, shirt off, pumped. Like, yeah, let's go out there. And then I just go sit on the sidelines. Pumped, amped. We got Green Bay Saturday. I'm so sick of Green Bay, man. We got Green Bay Saturday. We back on top in the NFC North, but we got Green Bay again. I hate them so much. I'm sick of them. I'm tired of them. They're always in the way. They always in the goddamn way. I'm just sick of Green Bay. There's a lot riding on this game. It's a lot riding on this game. And it's always the goddamn Green Bay Packers. I'm saying, why can't they just be square? Why can't they just be 1-11? To where it don't even matter if they win or not. Now it's crucial. Now it's crunch time. Now I got to deal with that. Now I got to be stressed again. And this is stress with beef. It's eternal. There's some stakes on it. Sick of Green Bay, man. Saturday is going to be stress city, man. I'm supposed to be relaxing on Saturday. What y'all doing playing on Saturday anyway, man? Sunday it up. What the hell we doing with games on Saturday? NFL just trying to take up the whole week, low key. We got Saturday going. We got Sunday. Thursday on occasion. You know what I'm saying? We got the Thursday games going. We got the Monday night football. Just play all week football. That's what you're getting at. That's what you're getting at, man. You want to play all week. What the hell we doing on the Saturday, man? Because I'm going to forget. I'm going to be Saturday and another. I'm going to be like, man, Saturday. Oh, shit, the game. Now I'm scrambling. Now, how many games is it? Man, let me see who else played this Saturday, man. What the hell's going on? The hell we doing playing on Saturday? Especially a game of this magnitude. This is about who controls the NFC North. You know what I mean? Where's the schedule at, man? What's going on? Yeah. Man, cue up the schedule. Where we at? Games. Schedule. All right. Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. All right, week 16. There's two Saturday games. Eagles Commanders, Packers Bears. And we play at 5:20 p.m. So all eyes is going to be on us. And I don't like it when all eyes is on us. Because then I don't like everybody watching my team. Because a lot of haters be watching. I don't like it when America is just focused in on the Bears games. Like when we play on Monday night, so it's like it's the latest game on a Sunday. Man, watch out. I don't want no random eyeballs on my team. And now, so we got the big game, stakes is high. We the last game on Saturday. Everybody gonna be watching that shit. My nose gonna be bleeding. Y'all not gonna care. You ain't got no dog in the fight. I just want to see a good game. I don't. I want the Bears to blow the Packers out. And I know that's not going to be the case because the Packers are good. I'm glad Denver beat them this weekend. That's neither here nor there. IG Live, man. I'm cutting y'all off. Y'all in here freeloading. Y'all in here freeloading, man. Join the Patreon. Stop getting the shit on the free all the time. All this free entertainment, man. Join the Patreon. Click the link in my bio. Join the Patreon right now, man. I'm cutting y'all off, man. Enough. I'm giving y'all 4 finger points to the dome piece. I hope you feel disrespected. And don't be giving me the peace sign like you don't give a shit, man. Fuck you too. Shit. How about that? When you give people, hey, man, join my Patreon. Y'all be like, peace out then. We'll peace out. Shit. All right. Now, let me pay another bill. Speaking of paying the bills, life doesn't happen bi-weekly, so why should payday? The money you've earned should be in your hands, and with earn in, it can be, okay? In those moments when money isn't moving as fast as your life is, and life be moving fast. Ferris Bueller told us that a long time ago. Earn in helps give you the financial momentum you need to keep moving forward. They say time waits for no one, and neither should payday. To keep your money moving in the direction of your dreams, get earn in. Paycheck to paycheck anxiety, anyone? Worrying doesn't help. Earn in does. Earn In is an app that lets you access your pay as you earn it up to $300 a day with a max of $1,000 between paydays. Just download the Earn In app and add your info. Then start accessing your pay as you work and leave an optional tip to help keep the app running for everyone. Any money you access plus tips are automatically repaid from your next paycheck. All right. So whatever comes up, man, whether it be gas, bills, groceries, a special night out, taking the family to dinner or an event, last minute gift for a loved one, an unexpected trip to the vet, rent, tickets that might sell out before payday, a new dress, school clothes, and shoes that are on sale. You never know. And that car trouble, man, gonna get you every time. Car trouble gonna get you every time, man. That car be waiting on you to get paid. That car be sitting there like as soon as they get this check, as soon as they breathe a sigh of relief. Every time. Cars never fail, man. So anyway, download the Earn In app today, spell EARNIN in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download the Earn In app, type in verbal cardio under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. Verbal cardio under podcast. It'll really help the show, man. I want to give a shout out to Jesse, Candy Cam, Valerie, IMGT, Pixie, Miss Mia, Drew World, you know what I'm saying? Keish, Ayomi, Simone L, Moyo, Dallas D, The Duchess, Coco Puff. What's up, Coco? I ain't seen you in a minute, man. Some of y'all ain't been in here in a minute, man. It ain't been this deep in here in mad long. Now that I'm like, yo, this is the final show. Here y'all come. You know what this reminds me of? It's when that food place go out of business. They be like, we're closing down, y'all. And everybody want to show up and get in on the food. When they're about to close down, where was you at when we needed you all year? Where were you? Shout out to Lauryn Hill. Where were you when I needed you? Now y'all show up for the last and final, man. Watch out. Some of y'all been here. I will say some of y'all been here, but I ain't seen a 102 live number in mad long. But now that I'm going out of business, I ain't selling the tacos no more. Y'all want to come and just, you know what I'm saying? No, you got to be there the whole time. But I appreciate y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all, man. I hold y'all, I cherish y'all tight, man. Mad passionately. Some of y'all wanted me to touch on a few things. Top 5 Rob Reiner movies. The passing of Rob Reiner is a shock to the system and his wife. The murders, I should say, incredibly awful. And Rob Reiner, when I think about his catalog, I think about my life, man. I just think about, like, you know, his movies really meant something to me in terms of, like, the movies that he directed, the things that he produced. He's got a really hard hitting, filmography and catalog, and he just seemed like a cool guy. Like he stood for something. He stood on business. He believed in what he believed in. Even his character in All in the Family was a nice crux to Archie Bunker's character. Archie Bunker. You know what I'm saying? Prejudice. Hard stance. You know what I'm saying? Archie Bunker was a face of a lot of Americans. And Michael was, his adversary in a lot of ways, the way he thought, what he was passionate about. And I love that they had those two dynamics within All in the Family. Somebody to challenge Archie Bunker in the way he looked at life and the way he looked at people. And I really liked that dynamic. And it seemed like Rob Reiner stood for a lot of those things in real life. And, his dad was Carl Reiner, and, he lived to a ripe old age too. And his dad was just to throw it out there, he was in Ocean's 11. And I don't know, there was always a warmth to Rob Reiner. Like every time I saw his face, every time I saw him and stuff, there was always like a warmth to him that I was drawn to. They say he may have been killed by his son, which is ultra tragic. And then, you can't help but think like, what was going on within the family? Like, this is worst nightmare situation. And I read too that, the daughter found them. So I can't even imagine, finding your parents like that, man. Come on. And then, Donald Trump said what he said, and it's always about him. No matter what happens, Donald Trump is going to bring everything back to him. It's tragic what happened to him, but he was deranged. He was an anti-Trump guy. Why? I'm not even going to go there. But Rob Reiner's films that he directed, This Is Spinal Tap was his directorial debut. I've never seen it, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. I keep meaning to go check it out because I'm already loving the premise, but I haven't tapped in.
Nope.
Tapped in.
Yep.
The Sure Thing with John Cusack. I've never seen that, but I love John Cusack, so I don't know how this movie slipped under my radar. Stand By Me. Let me tell you something about Stand By Me. Stand By Me is special. It's a special movie for me. That movie, based on a Stephen King story, cast was perfect. River Phoenix, Will Wheaton, Jerry O'Donnell, and Corey Feldman. I was a Corey Feldman nut back in the day, man. Anything Corey Feldman was in, I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I love Corey Feldman. And I really want to say, I'm trying to remember when I was just like, Corey Feldman. And it might have been Stand By Me. I know he's in Friday the 13th. I know he was in Goonies, but I never saw Goonies until I was grown. So Stand By Me might have been the film to maybe be like, yo, man, the kid with the glasses, Corey Feldman. And then after that, it was License to Drive. It was the Lost Boys. It was, you know what I'm saying? I was like Corey Feldman McGee. But Stand By Me was the first time I had really seen kids in movies. They was cussing, like they was talking about real stuff. It was like a grit to it. And I was just like, oh shit, this is gritty. You know what I'm saying? These aren't just kids. I mean, they're kids, but they talking about like real shit. And like, Will Wheaton's character dealing with the loss of his older brother, also played by John Cusack, the loss of his older brother and how his parents treated him after the loss. And River Phoenix, he was a troubled youth, but he had a tremendous heart. Like, you could tell he was rough around the edges, and, the chubby kid that was always teased, for his weight. And I related to that because I was also a chubby kid that was teased for my weight. So I felt it, on the level. And then there was the other kid who, he got made fun of because his dad served in the military and he came back shattered, and, they'll roast you for anything when you're a kid. And like, your dad's crazy, man. He stormed the beach at Normandy. So he was dealing with that and the abuse as well. So that movie really resonated with me. It's like, yo, kids really be going through it out here. and then their whole adventure. And then Stephen King has a knack for writing these sadistic bullies that just, they're always murderous. They overstep the bully. You know, some bullies just tease you. They might beat you up. Call it a day. Stephen King bullies be like, I'll kill you right now. I'll cut your throat. We'll slice you up right here. I'll throw your body in the river. We'll chop you up and put you in the trunk. Like, what kind of bullies are these, Stephen? Stand By Me is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a special place for me. The Princess Bride is another special movie. That was a movie I had zero interest in. Like when I saw the movie poster, I was like, man, I don't want to see that shit. Romance back in the day? Sword fights? The Princess Bride of Lil Kid Tony, Action McGee. Princess Bride. The name alone, I was like, man, I'm out. I'm out, man. Why would I want to watch The Princess Bride? The name of the movie might as well have been Girl Woman. Somebody's been like, man, what they got to do with me? Hey, you seen that movie Girl Woman? No. Move. Then when I watched it, I loved every minute of it. I loved every molecule of that movie. I was like, man, this is fantastic. The writing, the cast, the performances, it was just the stakes. I loved it. And I was like, man, this will go down as like one of the movies that I really doubted before I watched it. And then I watched it, I was like this. Anchorman was another one like that. Clueless. Movies that I really was just like, I don't want to see that shit. And then I was like, yo, this is fire. Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally is just fantastic romantic comedy. One of the best romantic comedies, period, in my opinion. And I rewatched that movie probably about 3 years ago. I was at my mom's house and I was just like, man, let me When Harry Met Sally it up. And really loved it, enjoyed it immensely. Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal were fantastic in their movie. I actually cared about the relationship, the banter, the writing was just on point. Misery was another gem. Misery was great. Kathy Bates was just perfection in that movie. And it was just another Stephen King joint. And it was fantastic. It was like, yo, this lady's crazy, but she was so like compelling though. It wasn't just like crazy for crazy's sake. Cause sometimes you was like, she's kind of adorable a little bit, but nah, man, nah. Then when she cracked his ankles loose, you was just like, you know what? This lady crazy. This lady crazy. So Misery was fantastic. A Few Good Men. Come on, man. You Can't Handle the Truth. Classic line. Great cast. Tom Cruise, Kevin Bacon, Demi Moore, Jack Nicholson. Cuba Gooding Jr. was in there. A Few Good Men is fantastic, and it holds up to this day. And then he has movies like North. That movie took a huge L at the box office. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen it, but that was kicking the gut. But he came back with The American President with Michael Douglas and Annette Bening. The Ghost of Mississippi, The Story of Us. Alex and Emma, Rumor Has It. The Bucket List with Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman. I think that might have been Jack Nicholson's last movie, one of his last movies that he starred in. And you know, he was an actor. He was in movies like, he was also in This Is Spinal Tap. He was in Throw Mama from the Train, Postcards from the Edge. He was in his own movies like Misery. He was in Sleepless in Seattle, Bullets Over Broadway, Bye Bye Love, The First Wives Club, Primary Colors, Dickie Roberts, The Wolf of Wall Street. He had a great scene in The Wolf of Wall Street. And, you know, he had Castle Rock Production Company, which did Seinfeld. So, you know, he just had a great catalog and career. But my top 5 films of his, I'm going to go Stand By Me, Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, Misery, A Few Good Men. That's the 5. That's the 5, man. His death is tragic. It hurts. My heart goes out to his family. And, him and his wife were just, what I'm saying? They stood for something. They stood for something, man. They seem like quality human beings at the end of the day. So shit sucks. Trash. Big musty. What's your favorite Rob Reiner joint? It's tough.
It is very tough.
You know what I'm saying? You got some some bangers.
I think Stand By Me.
Stand By
Me.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's so good. And you could watch it over and over and over and over and over again.
To this day, and it holds up.
Yeah.
It holds up.
Something for everybody. You relate to each boy
Yes.
in different ways.
Yep.
So good.
Their performances were so good. It was just like, man. River Phoenix was going to be huge. He had it, man. River Phoenix had something special, man. He was going to be huge. He could have been the Leo of his time. He was great. You know what I'm saying? He just had that. He had a quality to him. Because then when you saw him in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, you're like, I can see him in some action. He could have been a hero and some stuff, man. Shout out to River Phoenix as well. Because his brother is more like, he's more moody, more, emotional, you know what I'm saying? And like, but River Phoenix, I feel like he encompassed like a different element. He could take it there on the emotions, but he also had that leading man. He could be a hero, heartthrob, if you will. God damn it. Anyway, yes, movie nights. Jocelyn asked, will movie nights and music nights come back? Yes, they will. They're coming back. Coming back strong. Hopefully, I want to get the right platform to do it at a high level. Monet 15 asks, who's more impactful to you, Tone? Hulk Hogan or John Cena? Impactful to me, unfortunately, John Cena. I mean, no. Unfortunately, Hulk Hogan. Because he was popping at a time where I was more impressionable. So, when Hulk Hogan was killing it, I was a young man taking it in. I was like, yo, Hulk Hogan is dope, man. Hulk Hogan. So by the time John Cena came, rose up, I really wasn't keeping up with wrestling then. And so I would have to give it to Hulk Hogan, even though I don't want to. But, he just hit me at the right time. I was already grown, not really watching wrestling by the time John Cena came around. I just knew he had on the shorts, the jean shorts, and he'd be rapping too. But unfortunately, it was Hulk Hogan. The Nas Premier album. So the album finally dropped. Nas and DJ Premier. Y'all know Nas is my favorite rapper. If you don't know, now you know. He's my favorite rapper, and DJ Premier is one of my favorite hip-hop producers. So we've been wanting this album from them for decades, right? So in all honesty, the expectations were hard to meet in terms of a Nas DJ Premier full album, especially given what they've already given us. And I see a lot of mixed emotions about the album on, online and stuff like that. I like the album. I feel like between the two, I feel like Nas was doing the heavy lifting. Like if it was a beat that, I wasn't really privy to or like feeling like that from Premier, Nas, filled in for it lyrically. Like I feel like he didn't slip at all lyrically on this whole album. And Nas has been having a killer year as far as like his features on projects from Slick Rick, Big L, De La Soul, Mobb Deep, Raekwon, and Ghost. He featured on like all of those. He featured on the Clips album. He's been killing it, man. He's been having a fantastic year. And I feel like lyrically, he killed on this album. And so I like the album. The more I listen to the album, the more I like it. Like I was listening to it today and I was just like, yo. And when I listen to it, I just go start to finish. And I like it more and more every time I listen to it. And unfortunately, the New York State of Mind 3 is probably, it might be my least favorite song on the album. It's cool, but it was just, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even comparing it to the other New York State of Minds. It's just like, I feel like New York State of Mind to me is probably one of the weaker tracks on the album, but it's still solid. It's still good. But I feel like, some people are just like, nah, man, this ain't it because your expectations were too high. But when you really break down, let that album play out, it's a good, smooth, quick play out too. I feel like they delivered. And the more, like I said, the more I listen to it, the more I like it. My favorite songs as of right now that are on the album, this is in any order, but I feel like my favorite 5 are Madman, Writers. I like Welcome to the Underground, Nasty Esco Nasir, and probably My Story, Your Story with AZ. I think those might be my 5 for right now. It could change though, going down the line. But once you let your expectations sit on the back burner and you just take it for what it is, it's a good album, and I'm enjoying it more and more as I listen to it, as I let it rock out. Oh wait, hold on. There was something else I wanted to touch on. Oh, so that Michigan head coach, man, that was wild business. It was something I realized when I was peeping the story of the Michigan head coach who, threatened to kill himself and was cheating on his wife and just all kind of stuff going on. He breaking into a girl's house that he was dealing with and just like, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna stab myself. Let me tell you, you're not gonna guilt me with suicide. That's what you're not gonna do. You're not about to sit up here and guilt me with some suicide. I'm gonna stab myself, Tony. I'll be like, well, you know what? That's what you feel like doing. But you're not gonna put it on me. You're not finna put it on me. If you want to shank yourself silly, go right ahead. But you're not about to be like, I'm gonna hurt myself. Like, I don't want you to do it, but hey, don't blame that on me. He was making $5 million a year. $5 million a year. You squandered a beautiful career. For what? For what? Sexual exploits. That's what kills me. You squander a beautiful career for sexual exploits. I know sex is powerful. I know what it is. It's powerful. It's tough. It's a good time. But you know what else is powerful? A quality job and a beautiful salary. That's harder to come by. Sex is easy. You can just buy some sex tonight. You can buy some. As soon as you turn off verbal cardio, you can schedule some sex. You can buy it. It's possible. If you're a woman, good looking woman, you can stumble upon some sex. You be like, hey, sir, come over. It's easy for women to get it. Y'all can get some new penis every day if you like. Y'all be like, man, tell the gardener to come in here real quick. I want to ask him something. And there's a high chance you could capitalize on that. A quality career with a beautiful salary, that is harder to come by. You're squandering it for sex. Come on, man. And for me, I feel like the better I'm doing financially, the less I'm thinking about sex. You would think a lot of people like, oh, when they get money, they just be wilding out on the sex. For me, it's the opposite. I was thinking sexually more when my money wasn't right. When my money was raggedy and ashy, I'm like, man, I sure could use some sex. Man, you know what I'm saying? Because you ain't got shit else going on but broke. So then you be like, man, I sure could use a sexual outlet. But you give me a quality job with an amazing salary, sex is on the back burner. I'm like, yeah, I could use some, but hey, man, I'm working hard for the money. And then when you get horny, you can just look at your bank account like, oh, man, I could sure use this bank account, though. And then you walk off and stay out of trouble. But these cats out here just squandering careers and salaries over what? What, man? I just don't understand it, man. A $5 million salary. The better my money is, the less sexually active I am. Broke Tony, hey man, let's smash. I ain't got shit else going on. What you doing, man? You doing anything? Let's get it. I'm broke. Hell no, man. I don't understand it. And now he in a world of trouble, man. Shit show. The shit show. Somebody asked, what did I think about the Street Fighter trailer? I'm not impressed with all the visuals. The guy playing Bison, he's a good actor, but no. That's a no for me. Guile's haircut, no. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I've never been a fan of Guile. Never been a fan of Guile. He is one of those characters I picked the least. I did not like fighting with Guile. I didn't like his upside down kick. The hair was a bit much. He was just never one of my favorite picks in Street Fighter. I was always Blanca, Ryu, or Ken. Those are like my favorite three. If I had to rank all the characters, it'd be like Blanca, Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, Vega, and then towards the bottom had, you know what I'm saying, players that I didn't like fighting with, but I would fight with everybody just to beat the game. But Balrog, Zangief, Guile was another one. I was just like, I could care less about these guys. I like being Sagat. Dalsim was kind of fun in the beginning. Like, yo, he got the stretchy thing going. But then when I really dug into the nuts and bolts of the game, it was Ryu and Ken and Blanca. Those were like the three I really enjoyed playing with eventually. But in terms of like, you know, the casting of the movie, and I like how they staying faithful to the visuals of the fighters and the characters. I like that. So it's a step in the right direction. Andrew Schultz, is he a fighter though? I don't know who he's going to be in the movie, but yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be easy to be better than the last Street Fighter movie. I will say that. It's gonna be easy to beat any of those Street Fighter theme movies. Remember that Chun-Li movie? They did a Chun-Li movie. It was absolute ass. And then the Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme, ass cheeks. So this movie has an easy hill to climb. All they got to do is be decent. And then we're like, yeah, all right. So, but we'll see. I'll be in theaters watching it though. I hope the fight choreography is good. I hope the fights actually mean something. I hope the stakes are there. So we'll see how they do it. And somebody asked, I saw a different post. It was on the Three Black Dudes and Two Jewish Guys podcast. And it was, they asked the Locks, what did you prefer, Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? And for me, initially, I preferred Street Fighter. I just like the graphics better. I like the fighting gameplay a lot better. I was never crazy about how Mortal Kombat looked like real people in a game. Like they look like actual humans. I was like, I ain't feeling this. It looks kind of cheesy. I was still playing Mortal Kombat for real because, you know, they would get you with the violence. But the way the game and the characters looked, I was like, nah, man, I prefer the look of Street Fighter more. The gameplay, the way the characters move, the kicks, the punches. But that little realism in Mortal Kombat, I was like, I don't really like this. But then, now, fast forward to now, I played Street Fighter recently on PlayStation. I didn't like it. I like Mortal Kombat better now. And you know, the fighting style, the fatalities. Now I prefer Mortal Kombat. Historically, though, I was like Street Fighter and Street Fighter versus Capcom. That was better to me. So now I'm giving it to Mortal Kombat. In the past, I would give it to Street Fighter. Oh, it was something else. Wasn't there something else I wanted to touch on? Wait a minute, let me make sure. Oh, so I got two things. There's a place called the Biscuit Bar in Fort Worth in Dallas. They closed them down. I can't have shit, man. I can't have a goddamn thing in life. Every time I'm enjoying something, I'm excited and I'm just loving it, they close down, they take it off the shelves, they quit selling it, they die. There's always something, man. Every time I'm like, man, Biscuit Bar. So now in my mind, every time I go to Dallas, I'm like, yo, I gotta hit up the Biscuit Bar. They closing down. I'm sick of life, man. Every time I'm loving something, it's gone. Every time. I can't have shit. I'm sick of it. Tired of it. So shout out to the Biscuit Bar. If you are in the city with the Biscuit Bar, man, go up in there, man. You should have been in there so they can stay in business, but go in there and just send them off right. I was heartbroken. I was goddamn heartbroken. Anyway, so I saw a clip from, and this is gonna seem random, but I saw a clip from The Sopranos, and Carmela and Tony was having one of their epic arguments. The acting in The Sopranos is just top tier, and it was a scene they was going at it. At this time, I think he found out that Carmela, had somebody on the side or did something with somebody or whatever, and he just wilded out and punching holes in the wall. Her reaction to him coming towards her looked so real. I was like, man, this is an acting masterclass. And so the comment section was like, she was wrong for that, you know what I'm saying? Because they were arguing about like she wanted to have a life too. She wanted to do real estate. She wanted to have a life. And then Tony was like, you didn't complain when you was doing all the shopping and you're living it up in the house. And I just noticed dudes in the comment section like, she signed up for that. She signed up for that. She was up in the house. This is what pisses me off about y'all. How do we know that she signed up to be cheated on specifically? We don't know that. We know she signed up to be with a guy that, might have been doing some illegal activities. But did she sign up to be cheated on? We don't know that. That's what y'all assume. Well, you signed up for that. You know what I'm saying? Also, you can sign up for something, but then not feel it anymore. We never give grace for that. We never give grace. You signed up for it. How many things have you signed up for and you were just like, I'm not feeling this no more? You signed up for a gym membership and then you're like, I ain't feeling LA Fitness no more. I'm going to Planet Fitness. No, but you signed up for LA Fitness. I ain't feeling it right now. Even a marriage. You signed up for a marriage. How many people got divorced because it wasn't working out no more? You changed your mind. You signed up for a cable service provider. You signed up for a car, right? Don't you have a right to complain and change your mind about that car? No, you signed up for this car. And then when you be like, man, my radiator busted. You signed up for this. Come on, man. The radiator's trash. I got to fix it. You signed up for this. See how dumb y'all sound? You signed up for it. It's like you can't even complain or change your mind or want to get a trade in or want to make adjustments. You know what I'm saying? And so I just hate the outlook on that. Like, you signed up for it. Like, there's never, and I've noticed this about women characters in shows more so than anything else. There's minimal grace for women in these shows. Like, y'all been hard on Skylar and Breaking Bad. Y'all was hard on Carmela. Tony done cheated on Carmela like 82 times. She started liking, maybe she had a crush on that priest, and she started liking that dude that was like working security for them. Two little raggedy emotions, feelings. For somebody that's been cheated on several times. And y'all like, no, man. No, but you loving Tony, right? You loving Tony's bullshit. So it's like the double standard, the hypocrisy of it all. And then it's like, you know, when a woman wants out or she opts out or, you know, she steps out. Because y'all would not let the fact that Skylar cheated, y'all would not let her live that down. Yo, man, she cheated, man. Walter White built a whole drug empire under her fucking nose. He lied to her for entire seasons about what he was doing. He lied to her left, right, and center. Episode after episode. Lying about phones. Why you got an extra phone? Oh, no, I got this phone for this. It looked like he was cheating. If you was a spouse and your spouse was doing all that lying, blatantly lying, obviously lying, getting extra cell phones, the first thing you're going to think is they cheating on me. They cheating. So then you got the distrust. You keep getting lied to. You know you're getting lied to. You getting played for a fool. When people keep lying to you, pretty soon you're going to be like, oh, you insulting my intelligence. Now, you think I'm just an idiot. So then you're going to have resentment. You're going to be like, you just going to keep lying to my fucking face like I'm just a dumbass. All right, man, well, fuck you too. Then you're just going to start looking elsewhere. You're going to start checking out of the marriage because there's no trust anymore. So in her mind, she's just like, all right, man, you know what I'm saying? What's his name from work? Meanwhile, Walter, he builds a whole meth empire behind her back. He turns her son against her. He's doing all this underhanded shit. He won't leave the house. What y'all want this woman to do? She's like, get out, leave. I ain't leaving. Walter almost got the whole family annihilated by these killers from Mexico. They showed up to the crib, murder tools in hand, to slaughter the family. Fuck cheating. If it comes down to the family getting slaughtered or you getting a few pumps in on the side, get the few pumps in on the side. I'm choosing that every time. We could just break up. At least I'm alive. But y'all not giving her no kind of slack. Zero slack. And that's how y'all do with the woman characters in these shows. So with Carmela, man, she put decades in. And pretty soon, you know what I'm saying? You got feelings too. You want to feel something in life? No, but you signed up for that. But I ain't signed up for this. I ain't signed up for this part of it. But I just noticed that dynamic with women characters in shows. Y'all never give grace to the women. Never. Never. She cheated. She smashed Ted. Well, he built a whole meth empire. Now the cops is watching us. Now the cartel is trying to kill us. Which let's weigh it out. Which one is more detrimental? The kids' lives are at risk now. You know what I'm saying? There's a pizza on the roof. Like, what the fuck we doing? What are we talking about here? Yeah, Walter's intentions were pure, but then he turned into a villain. And that was the whole goal that the writer set out. He was like, I want to turn this man into a villain that you hate. And y'all still like, no, yeah, good intentions, man. He fucked over a lot of people. And for what? For what? And yeah, Skylar definitely had an annoying moment. Skylar was annoying in the beginning of the show. I was like, man, leave him alone. She got on my nerves, but then I was like, well, all right, now Walter's annoying. Walter's annoying outweighed Skylar's annoying for me, eventually over time. Because it was like Walter was just doing some shit that truly just pissed me off. And I was just like, yo, you really want Hank to know that you are Walter? He was just doing dumb shit on another level. when he could have walked away when he had that good money. So I feel like you should give Carmella a little grace. Give Skylar a little grace, man. Give these women a little grace, man. Even though these women on that show, The Landman, they getting on my nerves. But Billy Bob Thornton's ex-wife gets on my goddamn nerves. And then the girl that the son is dating, she's annoying too. You know what I'm saying? If you're not watching Landman, you know what I'm saying? They annoying me. I'm just like, oh. But the ex-wife is funny sometimes. So I'll just be like, all right, man, that was funny. But just too much. Too goddamn much. All right, before I get out of here, I see that y'all want to do a movies versus. What would be some iconic matchups like Tom Hanks versus Denzel or Leo versus Brad Pitt? Ooh. Nod to Chicago and LA, favorite cities to visit versus favorite cities to live, and what makes a city dope. Most embarrassing dating. I don't have no embarrassing dating moments. If Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, why is Home Alone? I'm team Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Because the whole reason he's in LA is for Christmas. The whole reason the family goes on that trip somewhere is for Christmas. So Christmas is the key element to each movie. Even though it's about, you know what I'm saying, Hans and them, they come in there home alone in the building, and then, you know, the crooks come in home alone on the house. So I'm with you. I feel like Die Hard is definitely a Christmas movie. But they don't want to give it its props. So I'm with you. I'm with you on that. When it comes to Tom Hanks versus Denzel, I'm not doing this. I ain't got the time. We already hour 12 in, man. I got to do this. I got to do this on my regular page. I'll break it down. Leo versus Brad Pitt. I got to do it on my regular page. And embarrassing dating moments. I really don't have no embarrassments on the dating tip. The most embarrassing thing that happened while I was in a relationship was I peed in the bed with my girl in the bed. It don't get no more embarrassing than that. I peed in the bed with a woman in the bed with me. As a grown man in his 30s, maybe early 40s. I was in my 40s when this happened. I was probably a good 43. Not that long ago, guys. Peed in the bed. Had one of those dreams where I'm just peeing full steam. Why does our brain do that to us? Why does our brain set us up for the fail? Like, yeah, man, tap into this pee dream. And there should be something inside yourself to be like, yo, why am I peeing this hard in the dream? What does this have to do about, oh, let me get up. Peeing strong. Putting fires out with the pee. And then it's just like, wait a minute, this is too good. This is too real. And then boom, you wake up, I peed. And I was not in the bed alone, man. Oh. And this is why I don't sleep naked. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if I was just in there just sleeping naked? Man, listen. Piss. At least there was some type of barriers between me and just the whole bed and everybody in it. That was embarrassing. But P dreams have had you, and P dreams be trying to get me to this day. They try to get me to this day. Luckily, I sleep alone now, so if it happens, I'll be like, nobody knows. But I've been good. I've been catching it though. I've been like, nah, nope. I know what this dream is. I'll do it mid-dream. I'll be like, oh, I see what's going on here. I'll cut the stream off and get up in real life. But man, that shit was embarrassing. But you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, man? So when your significant other pees on you, because they had a dream like that, give grace. Give grace. Don't throw that relationship away. That's still a good man. That's still a good woman. Hang in there. Please. Hang on in there. Anyway, this was a long one. Hour 15. Almost like a movie. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me this whole time. I'm glad y'all pulled up on this verbal cardio before the holidays. Yeah, I be drinking a lot of water, so that comes with the territory. But y'all could be like, you signed up for this. I didn't sign up to pee on myself, y'all. Even though I drink a lot of water every single day, I didn't sign up for to piss myself. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Verbal Cardio and caring and sharing and spreading the word and commenting and all that good stuff. It might come back. Verbal Cardio might be back. It might put some little remixes and some extra touches on. I don't know. So I'm not like it's the final, but it's going to be the final for a while. So I just wanted to give y'all that heads up. So I'm glad y'all pulled up for the final Verbal Cardio. Hopefully y'all have run the numbers up. And I'm just leaving Verbal Cardio because it just wasn't growing enough. And it was just like, why am I doing this? So it turned into that. So I was just like, all right. And I know a lot of y'all really rock with Verbal Cardio. And, I don't dismiss you, but I wanted it to grow. And it was just too small for me to keep going. And so I was just like, I'll just put it on ice for a while. So, but I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in, listening and glistening and all that. But anyway, I'm not leaving. I'm not disappearing. You know what I'm saying? Still got the Ball Brothers podcast going. And who knows? I might even come up with another podcast. You never know. You never know. But I appreciate y'all. And thank you for tuning in to another session of that Verbal Cardio, y'all.